Here's why you should reject the Apocrypha.
Catholic here.
Christian here. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
In Tobit 6, verses 5 through 9, it condones magic, saying that the smoke from burning a fish's heart drives away evil spirits.
Magic is not inherently sinful, especially when it's commanded by God.
Oh, maybe you're confusing illusion with magic, right? Like I can do an illusion, right? See that? Pulled my thumb off. That's an illusion. We can refer to it as magic, and it's not inherently evil to do an illusion. But when you refer to magic as witchcraft, which is what this original content creator is referring to magic as, magic is equivalent to witchcraft. Well, witchcraft is always inherently evil.
We actually see rituals just like this one all throughout the Old Testament.
No, you do not.
For example, in Numbers 21, Moses' bronze serpent is able to heal people from their injuries, and in 2 Kings 13, Elisha's bones are able to raise people from the dead.
Those two examples you gave, that's not magic, that's not witchcraft. It's a message. It's pointing to Jesus Christ. It's a message of the gospel. The bronze servant, Jesus tells us, was all about him. Jesus told us that the law and the prophets were a witness or a testimony to the Messiah. He told Nicodemus, if you don't believe earthly analogies, which is what these miracles were, Elisha's bones making a guy raised from the dead, a bronze serpent, if you look on it, it heals you. Jesus said, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. Jesus is the bronze serpent. It's a message clearly communicating to us the gospel. And Jesus said there are heavenly realities that the earthly analogies of the Old Testament looked forward to. And he told Nicodemus, if you don't see Jesus or the Messiah in the message of the earthly analogies, how will you believe the heavenly realities? That's why many of the Jews rejected Jesus, because they looked at these analogies as if they were some sort of magical ritual that gave them some sort of favor with God. That's why by the time you come to the time of Tobit, in that age, there's a lot of superstitious practices that have been integrated into Judaism because they failed to see how it pointed to Messiah. They turned it into a ritual. And that's how you get this guy in Tobit claiming that Raphael, some angel, appeared to him and gave him this ritualistic sorcery formula, how to ward off a demon by burning a heart and liver of a fish. That's pure sorcery. That's animism. That's stuff we preach against that still literally happens in the country I work in, and we preach against it because what happens in the demonic realm is that you will get some sort of spell that'll ward off a lesser demon who is afflicting you. But when you ward off that lesser demon, you've now invited yourself into submitting to a greater demon. In other words, a lesser demon will afflict somebody, but then you give yourself to the protection of a greater demon and you're left off worse. If you want to refute the original guy, don't say that magic is sometimes okay if God ordains it.
Magic is not inherently sinful.
No, you need to show us how the burning of the heart and liver of a fish somehow points to Jesus, and then we'll accept it. But you can't, because it doesn't.